much. I'd like a huge lot of applause for them. I know that this would have not happened without all your help. Congratulations and good luck to all the applicants on beginning your new industry. A lot of thought, efforts and work has gone to create allotment policy by us, and this is ratified by our board. Request all applicants and their partners to help and support us to maintain the positive brand value of our prestigious organization by staying within the ambit of organization at all times. I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you very much for being patient and listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pinky. Your presence and support has always motivated us. May I now request FLO Past Chair and Industrial Park Committee member Jyotsna Angara to give her opening remarks.
Good morning, Namaskar, Adab. Honorable Minister KT Ramarao Garu, Mr. G. Balamallu, Chairman TSIIC, Mr. Rashesh Shah, President FICCI, Pinky Reddy, President FLO, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary Industry and IT, Mr. Narsimha Reddy, Managing Director and Vice Chairman TSIIC, dignitaries and senior government officials present in the audience, our invitees, members, and of course, my very, very patient and dear applicants. This day wouldn't be here without all of you. Greetings from the Industrial Park team of Ajita, Vani, and myself, along with our National Head of Initiative, past President Kavita Dutt, past Chairs Council of the Hyderabad chapter, and of course, the FLO and YFLO chairpersons. Thank you all for being here this morning at such a short notice. Mr. Shah, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the first time, if I'm right, the president of FICCI is visiting a chapter of FLO program of this nature. So we feel doubly honored, like Pinky said. Minister Garu, congratulations, sir, to you and your team for an outstanding annual industry report, the first of its kind for the country. I have never heard of a state government coming out with an annual report like a company does normally, but sir, you did that, which is outstanding. Telangana registered a double-digit growth in the state GDP as against the national GDP. The growth rates and the large investments that have been coming into the state are testimony to the acceptance of the progressive policies of the government, especially the TSI pass. Congratulations once again from FLO Hyderabad. There is a sense of joy and satisfaction and pride, of course, for both FLO and FICCI today when we are on the verge of taking our journey on its culmination path. We at FLO acknowledge the fact that all this would not be possible without the contributions of many at FICCI and FLO. All of us who take time out from our professional work to contribute our strengths to the organization. Vice President FICCI Sangeeta Reddy and past President FLO Kavita Dutt play crucial roles in supporting us to take this dream forward and make it a reality, along with our President FLO, Pinky Reddy. Thank you, ladies. Mr. Jayant Tagore, Mr. Narendra Surana, and Mr. Naveen Maini, retired Chairman SIDBI, guided us hugely through this journey too. Most often, people are not positive about working closely with the government. I must dispel that thought and fact. We at FLO have had a wonderful relationship with TSIIC, sir. We would like to acknowledge the outstanding support, hand-holding, guidance, and encouragement we have received from TSIIC, so ably led by Mr. Narasimha Reddy and Mr. Madhusudan, along with his excellent team of Mrs. Kavita, the ever-smiling and very diligent worker, Mr. Uma Mahesh, Vittal, Revati Bai, and Mr. Shyam Sundar, Mr. Sudhakar from the Industries Department, who we've all been working very closely with. To quickly take you through the journey and share the process that we followed at FLO. What started over a dinner conversation with Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, my late husband, and a few others in 2013 evolved into an outstanding initiative for FLO Hyderabad. On behalf of FLO, as its then chairperson, I approached the government to identify and allocate land for the industrial park to FLO. When FICCI, our parent body, signed the MOU with the government of Telangana in 2014 for the first FLO TSIIC Women's Industrial Park, it was the beginning of the journey for us. In 2017, Honorable Minister KTR Garu announced the land rate of 45 lakhs to us and gave us the assurance that government will level the land for our members, build the internal infrastructure and common facility center within the park as a special benefit. And this was announced on International Women's Day. Post that, we began our application process. Today, as I stand before you, we are completely sold out. We have no plots remaining free and available, unless any existing applicant either withdraws or their applications get rejected. So we are completely sold out. It's the first, even before we've begun the journey in the true sense. It's the first for FICCI and FLO, and it's a maiden relationship for FLO with TSIIC. In the 91 years of FICCI and 35 years of FLO, the Hyderabad chapter is just about 16, 17 years young, and we took the leap and the lead to create history for the organization to set up the industrial park for our members. A span of 4 chairpersons terms and 2 managing directors at TSIIC, and we are now finally ready to begin the journey in true sense. Today we stand before this august gathering in the presence of our chief guest, dignitaries, to give the allocation letters to approved members. It's been a camel ride with many challenges, but we never forgot the end goal and the fact that we were working for the organization and our members. Our focus remained people, passion, and possibilities that led us through, and we are happy to find pleasure in seeing their dreams come true. Since we are a ladies' organization, obviously, the industrial park will house women-owned and women-run businesses. Hopefully, we are hoping, and we continue to hope, that no man will hijack that business from the woman. All companies are 100% women-owned at the park, representing industry verticals in the green category: packaging, medical devices, electronics, precast cement products, organic handloom apparel, home accessories from recycled waste, nutraceuticals, organic ready-to-eat food, furniture, food processing, and general engineering, amounting to an approximate investment of 150 crores in phase 1. Phase 1 would be roughly around 6 months to 1 year. Green energy norms and green infrastructure for sustainable energy will be a big aspect of the park to create a sustainable future for all of us and leave a lovely planet behind for the next generation to come. We had many internal and external challenges, but overcoming was not difficult at all, as we believed in the strength of this project itself. The team and Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, very often when we thought, no more, the delays are happening too much, we're going to just stall it, he would say, no, you need to move ahead. And that's exactly what FLO's commitment to build an entrepreneurial-driven economy where women play a major role has been our primary focus. The manufacturing sector, we believe, will support economic growth, bring good investments, create large employment opportunities, and most importantly, build better local communities. To bring in good governance, best practices, and organizational protocols to be followed and guided at every step, we felt the project must be a process-driven one. Many meetings with TSIIC, SIDBI, ILFS, KPMG, and senior industrialists gave us guidance in the matter. Every suggestion that TSIIC and their continuous guidance was not just well accepted by us at FLO, but it proved to be of much value. The FLO Hyderabad chapter's past chair council and the Industrial Park Core Committee collectively decided to charge applicants a fee that will support the expected and some unexpected costs that we foresee en route, especially all that beyond what the government agreed to grant us. As a ratified policy, no funds collected from applicants will be used for any purpose other than the park itself. Organizational protocols of seniority, contribution to the organization, years spent in the organization, size, type of industry, investment, employment generated, and such aspects were taken into account while provisionally allotting land. No committee member was allowed to be an applicant. No personal favoritism or recommendations were encouraged so that we could follow the processes that were set in place. We brought in standardization by bringing in chartered accountants, company secretaries, and legal professionals to support us. Thank you, Team KPMG, who've been our mentors, JSA, our legal advisors, Team Guardian Capital, and Subodh. Though we decided that we will encourage only our existing members of FLO, we received many outside inquiries that we kept refusing through this process. When we did receive a couple inquiries sent to us by TSIIC, we decided to give them an opportunity to be a part of our prestigious organization. We at the Hyderabad chapter have had the privilege to be the first at many such initiatives. Sir, FLO Hyderabad commits to Government of Telangana that we will make every effort to set up the park in a manner to create a benchmark. Our applicants are ready to begin their industry units as of yesterday and have assured that there will be no delay from their side. As we stand at this juncture, sir, FLO has a couple requests to the Government of Telangana. Since all women are set to begin their industry ASAP, we request that TSIIC begins works on the roads, internal infrastructure, and common facility center at the earliest so that the members can begin their activity. If the existing activity at this site is clear, I'm sure the women will be raring to go ahead. Our second request is, we still have more applicants keen and waiting in the wings to set up their industry. With this background, FLO requests you to please grant us phase 2 for the project, as this time round we'd like to create larger industry clusters of at least 10 units in each industry vertical. Many thanks, sir, for your proactive approach to encouraging us, supporting us, and giving us all the benefits so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jyotsna. We have amongst us U.S. Consul General, Ms. Catherine. May I request us to speak few words, please?
Well, one thing I love about Hyderabad is it's full of surprises.
Informal as well.
And it's very informal. This is a great honor to be here today. I think one of the things that has really struck all of us in my government, certainly during and since the time of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit that was so successful and really put, I think, Hyderabad and Telangana and our relationship on the world stage, is that this is a state that's really kept its promise to the notion of entrepreneurship and to the notion of entrepreneurship for women. We have WeHub that opened up as promised during GES, but the best thing is that this initiative was clearly started when? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
About 2 years.
Okay, 2 years ago, which means
About 4 years.
about 4 years ago, which shows how early the dedication was. And so this wasn't some what we, my government would call deliverables, built around an event. This is a genuine commitment to this government, and I would just like us all to join hands and applaud that. Thank you. Just the last thing I want to say is we're very happy at our consulate and our mission and our government to support these efforts as well, and we look forward to our continued cooperation.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Kathy. Who's running the show? Anybody?
HSC, Mr. Andrew Fleming to address us.
You might want to say Andrew Fleming, not 7. Come up, man. Would you rather use this? It doesn't matter. I haven't prepared anything. I don't like being caught out with, but it's really good to be here and hearing this wonderful initiative. I think it's a great chance for women entrepreneurs with aspirations in industry to really realize their ambitions. Obviously, the UK are also very keen and passionate about giving support and partnership wherever we are able to do so. We've had a few good meetings with Ram and his team about how we might do that, and more in the pipeline. That's definitely the case. I was really actually impressed when I came here and I was talking to some of the other visitors from Delhi, how they said that the FLO chapter here in Hyderabad is the most dynamic of all women's chapters in the country. So I think that's something that is very special, and from the perspective of my office, not only about the entrepreneurship and the opportunities that this project has, but just to hijack your agenda for 1 minute, I also want to say that we really do want to work with you to find some brilliant women scholars to apply for our Chevening program over the year ahead. This is a brilliant opportunity, and we always struggle to get people from the Telugu states to apply for this program. But Jayesh sitting here is one of our Chevening scholars. Of course, he's from Lucknow, but finding scholars from this part of India, and particularly for me, finding women scholars to be put forward and to go through the process, I think is one of the big aspirations I have this year. So I want to work, and I give my commitment to work with FLO to make that a reality this year. The schemes are opening up very soon, and we'll talk about that perhaps afterwards over lunch. But thank you. I wish you all well on this great day. Thank you.
It's an honor to have amongst us President FICCI, Mr. Rashesh Shah, as a guest of honor. Sir, request you to address the gathering.
Hello and good afternoon to all of you, and thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm coming to Hyderabad after quite some time, and I was just remarking the kind of energy that I'm seeing really makes me very happy that I'm here, and I hope that I come back very often, because I think the kind of things that are going on. So I just wanted to start off with that, but first of all, Honorable Minister, all the other dignitaries on the dais, friends, This is a great event, and I think the energy in the room that we can all experience, that we can feel, underscores and this event is all about entrepreneurship and about uh, women, a lot more importantly. And every time we talk about entrepreneurship, I've always felt that India is a country of entrepreneurs. Uh, the other day, somebody remarked that the reason we have so many entrepreneurs in India is because we want to be our own boss. We don't want to work for other people. And so we have a country where there's so many entrepreneurs. But I think this country is driven by entrepreneurs. We have all kinds of entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs, I think, struggle with the environment, with the market forces, all of that. But what we have achieved in India over the last so many years has been driven mainly by the entrepreneurs in this country, that the way the economy is dynamic. And we all seem to forget that this is truly the golden age of India. And India is now a $2.5 trillion GDP. We don't realize how big we are and how fast we are growing. We are actually doubling our GDP every 7 to 8 years. And at this size and that kind of growth is going to throw up a lot of opportunities, and I think it is the entrepreneurs of this country that constantly grab those. As somebody said, FICCI is a 91-year organization, which is not hard to calculate that it's older than the country as a whole. We were born before the independence of India at the behest of Mahatma Gandhi, who felt that as India was now getting ready to be independent country, the industrialists, the entrepreneurs of this country should also come together and become a force for driving the country forward. And it was in that thinking that our organization FICCI was born. Obviously, because we are 91 years old, we have evolved all the time. And what I am truly very excited by the organization is we are constantly looking forward. We are constantly looking at what more needs to be done. So in spite of being an old organization, it's a very progressive and very forward-thinking organization, which is also underscored by the fact that FICCI FLO was set up 35 years ago, and FLO today is the largest women business entrepreneur organization in the country. And the kind of energy and the dynamism that we see, I think, thanks to all of you in this room, and I must compliment all the women of FLO who have made this happen. But I was amazed to hear that it was started 35 years ago, which was, if you go back and think what India was at that time and what the role of the women in the economy was at that time, it truly amazes us that we've been able to create this great, outstanding organization. And the other thing about entrepreneurship is your state share. I think Telangana is now more and more being spoken in the same breath as a state where entrepreneurs can do business. One of the things we always struggle with is constantly building trust between government and business, because from time to time, business and government are actually two sides of the same coin to drive the economy. But from time to time, there is always a gap. There is always a gap in expectations, in understanding, in even the trust between business and government. And we continue to see that all the time. Every time there is a scam, every time there is some NPA crisis in the bank, we always see that the trust between the government and the business starts getting questioned and starts getting frayed. And I think it's very encouraging, it's very exciting to see a state government which is actually wooing entrepreneurs, doing everything that can be done to make life easy for entrepreneurs. Because I can assure you, Shah, that to be an entrepreneur is not easy. I think everybody in this room who's an entrepreneur will attest to that. So if the government can make it a little bit easier, if organizations like ours can help entrepreneurs to make their life a little bit easier, it goes a long way. And I must compliment you and your government for truly setting a new example for India on how government can work along with entrepreneurs to promote business, to create value for the society as a whole. So, The other part of the event today is entrepreneurs who are also women entrepreneurs. And I think it's a cliche now to say that, we need more and more involvement of all the women in the economy. I think that has been said. Mahatma Gandhi has spoke about it. Swami Vivekananda had said that it's impossible to think of the welfare of the world without the welfare of women also involved. And it is impossible for a bird to fly only on one wing. And I think that is very true for the economy also. So we need to make it more and more easier for women to be involved in our economy and to be entrepreneurs. Because I think there are already a lot of hurdles, the culture, the old, the legacy way of thinking and all. And if we can make it easier and if we can promote it, I think this country's economy, this country's growth and development will go very, very far. There are a lot of studies which have been done to show that the more women get involved, the more they get educated, the more they get involved in the economy, the benefits to the society as a whole, to the country as a whole, is huge. As a result of that, and India actually has done a fairly good job, though we have a long way to go. I do think that India has worked fairly well in promoting causes for all the women to be involved in the economy. And in fact, the example that I quote very often is that, and I was not aware of that. I came to know that a few years ago, that India has the highest percentage of the women pilots, airline pilots in the world. All the pilots in India, about 13% of the pilots in India are actually women, while the global average is about 3%. And for some reason, without us talking about it, there is this thing that has happened in the economy that, and I'm sure all of us who fly around, we see that almost every other flight you take, there will be a women pilot out there. And India has actually done that. We need to copy that in many other parts of the economy and study this. But I do think that giving more economic power to the women is going to be great for our country. And here is the role of FLO. I think all of you have been part of that. All of you have seen that. I think FLO has embraced this complex challenge of how to bring more and more women into the economy. And they have done an outstanding job. We are truly very proud of it. And I especially have seen the kind of energy and excitement. Every chapter of FLO I go to, of course, Hyderabad, I think, has now today set a new bar for me. But every chapter I've gone for FLO, I've been amazed at the kind of excitement, the kind of energy, the kind of enthusiasm that is there. So I want to thank and compliment all of you for that, and I hope that this keeps on growing. And the event we have today, I think, underscores all the effort that all of you have made. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for joining us today and be a part of this program. Truly appreciated. May I now invite Honorable Minister Shri KT Ramarao Garu to give his key address.
Thank you. I don't have a pre-written speech like Pinky, so I'll go with the flow. Pun intended. Well, good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you, Jyotsna. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Rasesh, for coming all the way. I believe this is the first time a FICCI chairman has showed up at a FLO event, so that too an important one. Thank you very much for that. Actually, when Pinky became president of FLO India, the kind of energy she was exuding, the kind of enthusiasm she was exuding, I almost felt that she has become the president of India or something. But I figured, it's as good. I was hoping she would be here. I could pull her leg, but she said she had to leave. But nevertheless, congratulations. I know this has been, it's taken a while to come. Kathy, Andrew, Balamalu Garu, Venkat Narasimha Reddy Garu, and to all the FLO members, to my friends from the media, without whom I can't live. Thank you, guys. I meant it. If I was sounding facetious, I'm sorry, but I meant it. Congratulations. The state of Telangana today, in fact, has nearly 250 acres of land for women entrepreneurs only. And these are dedicated parks. So we have 50 acres, which has been allotted in Sultanpur. And we also have, for another organization called Kove, we have about 30 acres in Tupran. And then we have, for Elip, we have about 120 acres. So all in all, I believe it is about 200, my apologies, 200 acres of land which is already available. And I'm glad Jyotsna mentioned that this is all sold out. So delighted and happy that you guys are all set to take off right now. And Jyotsna, I assure you and all the FLO members here, if you guys are wanting more land, if you guys are wanting another park, we'd be happy to make it happen. And we are looking at two interesting locations. We're looking at two very interesting locations where we are setting up multiple things. And we'd be happy to let you explore with Jayesh and Narasimha Reddy to see where the new park can come up. And we'd be happy to make it happen pretty soon. The other thing I also wanted to point out, well, in this Sultanpur land, in fact, this is right next to the Med Devices Park. Med Devices and the importance of med devices in today's India, I think you all understand very well. What we had done then was, just to make your life easy, we took about 50 acres from the Med Devices Park and we actually gave it at a very subsidized rate. And I'm excited that it's all sold out. And I also wanted to point out the basic infrastructure, roads, power, water, etc. is all being done, unlike any other industrial park in the state. For your park, it is all being done at the government's cost. Normally you would have to pay, but in this case the government is taking up the initiative at your request. Another thing I also wanted to point out, the large number of industrial parks we have in Telangana, more than 140 now, we have earmarked 10% of the land in these industrial parks, each and every one of them, for women entrepreneurs. So it's not as if you only have 50 acres or 100 acres. You have many, many opportunities. And should you wish to explore where these are available and where these are readily available, our TSIIC would be more than happy to facilitate that conversation. And we've also put them up online so that you can actually take a look at the different maps, etc., etc. The other thing I also wanted to point out, Rastesh, I think you should come back to Hyderabad more often. I think you should definitely come see us more often. You're working with us in Urban Development Department, Edelweiss, the other hat that you wear. So my request is, I think you should invest more in Hyderabad. Not just come and pay us compliments once in a while. You should invest more. You should also possibly buy a house here. I think it's a great city to make a second home if need be. Yeah. So possibly take a look at that. I'm sure some of these very, very powerful ladies will get you good discounts and all also, I can assure you that. Well, on the infrastructure side, we have started working. My TSIIC team here tells me that whatever little glitches there were in the existing land, a couple of mines that had to be removed, a couple of not mines but crushers, etc. that had to be removed, have been moved out. And I do hope, Jayesh was just pointing out, I do hope that all of these enterprises that are coming up here, I'm told about 1,500 employees would be working out of this park. I do hope majority of them would be women. Of course, I don't want you guys to be sexist and employ only women, but I think it would be important to send out a very strong message to the world out there that women entrepreneurs and these kind of parks can do very, very well and can flourish on an even keel, without a great deal of additional incentives from the governments. So good luck, and Jyotsna, you've pestered me enough to make it to this event. I hope you continue to do that, because persistence is important. I think it's extremely important to be persistent, to be pushy. You don't have to feel sorry about it. That's our job. So please continue to push me, Jayesh, Narasimha Reddy, Balamallu Garu, everybody else on the dais to make this happen quickly. All the very best. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. You have lived by example, and we are proud to be in Telangana. Every word that you have spoken will resonate with all of us. Thank you once again. May I now request past chairperson and Industrial Park Committee member Ajita Yogesh to take the proceedings forward.
Could I please request Mr. K.T. Ramarao Garu, Honorable Minister of Industry and Commerce and Information Technology, to kindly give away the land allotment letters to our member applicants. And as I call out your name, applicants, I request the member applicants to come up and receive their letter. As you walk up, I will mention the details of your project. Pixelled India Private Limited by Vinita Surana. Pixelled India Private Limited deals with manufacturing of LED lighting products that are energy efficient and eco-friendly. energy conservation is receiving priority attention not only in India but across the world. It is reported that electrical energy consumption for lighting application is around 20% of total consumption in India and other developing countries. It is in the vicinity of 30% of electricity generated. Substantial energy saving from the lighting sector. Therefore, we can have greater impact on the power scenario and the economy. This industry is bringing in an investment of 7 crore rupees and an employment of 75. Allotted land has been 1.04 acres and plot number is F4. Fast Foods by Sangeeta Reddy. Food as therapy foods, fast foods is a firm bond with an aim to make cooking easy. Fast foods would provide easy to cook organic and healthy food. Local farmers would be the direct suppliers of raw material and will be employed for the operations of the unit. Fast food will produce healthy and organic, ready to cook and ready to eat foods. Some of the products of the firm include masala powders, base gravies, idli dosa mix, tamarind and tomato pulps, etc. Investment 11 crores, employment 150, allotted land 1.96 acres, plot numbers F19 and F20. Hiraki LED by Sumita Shrimal. The firm works on manufacturing of energy efficient, clean and eco-friendly lighting using light emitting diodes. LEDs, after the emergence of blue LED a few years back, are proving to be excellent devices for light applications. They have proven supremacy with respect to savings in the energy consumption, longevity, and freedom from maintenance. The savings in the consumption are in the range of 40 to 60%. In the case of incandescent bulbs, the saving of the energy is as much as 85%. Investment brought in 28 crores, allotment of land 1.5 acres, plot numbers F2 and F3. Pollman Process Controls Private Limited. Pollman is a measuring and control instrumentation and automation solutions provider for over 1,100 customers across the life science industry. The new unit is being set up to design, develop and manufacture pressure transmitters which are used to ensure the safe, reliable and profitable operations of the plant. The unit will also be a GMP 5 compliant automation solutions provider to the life sciences industry. Investment 9.5 crores, employment 200, allotted land 1.94 acres, plot numbers F23 and F24. PDFC Packaging by Sharmila Jain. PDFC cartons will manufacture corrugated 3-ply and 5-ply boxes along with microflute cartons for industries in Telangana and other neighboring states. With experience in the same field for over 16 years, the partners have a fair idea of market requirements. Sensing the need of the hour of automized manufacturing, the partners have decided to automize the process of manufacturing to improve the quality and also to increase efficiency to produce larger volumes. Investment brought in 5 crores, employment 100, allotted land 1.81 acres, plot numbers F5 and F6. Anhad by Ishita Singh. Anhad is an enterprise that aims to project handloom fabrics of Telangana as high-end couture products for a larger market. Ishita Singh is an established fashion designer working closely with Tollywood stars and is a product of NIFT. The crux of the project is to provide more employment to single women and create clothing that is stylish and affordable to a large audience. Investment brought in 5 crores, employment 40, allotted land 1.14 acres. Prime Packs by Ritu Shah. The main object of Prime Packs is manufacturing, exporting and supplying quality array of food, frozen food, bakery food products and the paper products and allied products. Investment brought in 8 crores, employment 140, allotted land 1.01 acres, plot number F22. PD Packaging Company led by Mrs. Renu Swaroop. PD Packaging will manufacture induction seals and labels. The project employs about 70% women working, promoting both skilled and semi-skilled jobs for women. The project is focused on providing packaging solutions to the food and beverage, nutrition, dairy, confectionery, pharmaceuticals, personal care, lubricants, paints, etc. Could I please request the Turkish Council General to please join us at the stage. Investment from them is about 4 crores, employment 55, allotted lands 1.7 acres, F16 and F17. Deccan Agencies Private Limited by Richa Jalan. Deccan Agencies is setting up a new greenfield FRP rods manufacturing facility. Sorry. This project is the first of its kind in Telangana, as FRP rods are either imported or procured from other states. DAPL is fully ready to implement the project immediately to honor its commitments to start supplies by 1st January 2019. Investment brought in 12 crores, employment 170, allotted land 2 acres, F27 and F34. Harita Herbals by Sudha N. With a focus on providing natural and healthy products in food and herbal medicine, Harita Herbals is a proprietary firm started primarily to serve its parent company. Harita Herbals will manufacture millet foods such as ready-to-cook millet meals, porridge, breakfast porridges, millet cookies, cold-pressed oils, and herbal medicines such as Triphala, Ashwagandha, and liver detox. Allotted land, 0.98 acres, plot F26. Srishti Precast Private Limited by Sujita Chityala. Precast construction is proving to be the most cost-efficient, fast, and sustainable building technology for large housing and commercial projects. The use of precast construction technology can bring down the construction cost by 10 to 15%, and it could be deployed to bridge the demand and supply in affordable housing segment. Allotted land, 2.91 acres, plot number F31, 32, and 33. Ani Furniture by Anju Dubey. Ani Furniture's Industries, with over 18 years of experience in the field, specializes in exclusive SS and MS furniture aimed at providing quality furniture to offices, educational institutions, restaurants, and pharmaceutical companies. The company is also in talks for supply of products to international brands like Walmart and IKEA and government organizations like BHEL and BDL. Investment brought in 7 crores, employment 50, allotted land 1.68 acres, plot number F7 and F8. Padmashri Enterprises, promoted by Sarita Devi. An ISO 9001-2015 certified company, Padmashri Enterprises has 2 divisions, Inomet Powders and Inotang. Inomet powders are the specialty metal and alloy powders manufactured through water and air atomization route, mostly for import substitution. The products include copper, bronze, brass, nickel, tin, and stainless steel powders for several applications and cater to PM components, mostly automobiles, diamond tools, welding and brazing, catalyst surface coatings, and many other. Allotted land, 1.92 acres, plots F35 and F36. Deccan Ensemble Private Limited by Kavita Jalan. The company is setting up a new greenfield silicon rubber compounding facility for supplying to composite insulator manufacturing industries in India. This project is first of its kind in Telangana, as silicon rubber compound is either imported or procured from other states. Investment 14.10 crore. Employment 230, allotted land 1.99 acres, F29 and F30. Globe Infra by Padmavati. Globe Infra manufactures chain sprockets for two-wheelers. This sprocket is used by all motorized two-wheeler manufacturers in India. Investment 4 crores, allotted land 0.97 acres, plot number F28. Once is not enough. Khushbu Baid. The problem of disposal and recycling of plastic products poses a great concern. Plastic takes decades to decompose on its own. The company's aim is to aid in recycling all these in origination stage itself. technology would be developed to make it easier to do it and encourage others to do the same. Various articles will be made out of reuse of plastic waste like paperweights, fancy wall art, wall tiles, pen stands, planters, etc. The products will carry a stamp that are made out of 100% recycled materials. Allotted land, 3,133 square yards, plot F22. Yash International Incorporated, Aarti Agarwal. Yash International is into production of fans and its related components. All parts of the motor are manufactured and assembled here. Some accessories are also packed along with the fan. Investment 23 crores, allotted land 2.19 acres, plots F9 and F10. Yeah. E-Retail, Manasa Yadula. E-Retail Solutions Private Limited manufactures and assembles huge touch screen kiosks which can be used by infotainment devices. The company takes pride in stating that it is the pioneer in touchscreen manufacturing in India. The company has successfully integrated IoT chips into its touchscreens using unmanned kiosks that can operate from one central location. Keeping constraints of development countries in mind, e-retail has small battery backup, which will come into play when there is a power outage. Allotted land, 0.82 acres, plot F1. Congratulations, applicants. We are happy to have you on board for FLO's first industrial park. We now complete the allotment of the given 50 acres of land and 36 acres of plotted land with 18 allotments, generating an investment of 150 crores. Thank you so much. Can we have one group photo with all the 18 members, please, quickly? The press wants that one picture. Yes, please come in. Balamallu Garu, this couldn't have been possible without you. Thank you so much.
State, our guest on the dais.
Come quickly. Thank you.
Request Priyanka Ganeriwal Arora, Chairperson FLO, to felicitate our guest on the dais, please.
Should I wait for that? Honorable
Mr.
Minister Shri KT Ramarao Garu, our guests of honor, Rashesh Shah, and our own I think our president has just left, Pinky Reddy, TSIIC Chairman Mr. Balamallu, our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's been my privilege on behalf of FLO and the committee in charge of the FLO Industrial Park to propose this vote of thanks on this very, very happy occasion when FLO is unfurling a new chapter in its history. The journey so far and its results today could not have been possible without the support of Kavita Dutt. We really miss her presence here. And of course, Pinky was there for the beginning. Both of them have been very, very supportive to the core committee, which has been headed by Jyotsna Angara, Ajita, and I've been a part of it too. I must also mention our deep sense of appreciation to Sangeeta Reddy, who has been a mentor along with her team from FICCI, especially Akhilesh. I think we need to thank him for running all our errands for us, fixing up our appointments, and always being so willing to help us. Thank you, Akhilesh. Our special thanks to Sri Narendra Surana, Mr. Vikram Doshi of KPMG and his team who vetted most of the applicants. His team was Arun Pillai, then Sri Jayant Tagore of Synthuchem Labs and BDMA, who's assisted us in a lot of ways. Mr. Sanjay Kishore and team from JSA Associates for their legal support. Mr. Naveen Maini, retired Chairman SIDBI, for his guidance. We also wish to express our gratitude to TSIIC, led by Sri Jayesh Ranjan earlier and currently by Sri Narasimha Reddy and Sri Madhusudan, whose support has been unconditional. Sri Jayesh Ranjan began this initiative with Jyotsna as a dream 4 years ago, a dream for us, and it's all come true partially, and I'm sure all the entrepreneurs will make it a great success. Thank you, FLO and FLO teams, our past chairpersons, committees, FLO and FICCI Secretariat, all those of you who have helped us organize this event, and the staff of Hotel Radisson Blu, and last but not least, all the press and media who always help us cover our events. Finally, I would like to place on record our special sense of gratitude to the government of Telangana, our Chief Minister and Sri KT Ramarao Garu, and the team of bureaucrats who have been very supportive by acceding to most of our requests. Sir, we will continue to need your support, your encouragement, and hope we will be able to continue to partner with the government in many such initiatives. And we hope this will be a great success, and Mr. Jayesh Ranjan's faith in us will be validated. Please join us for lunch, and one photo session, if you could just stay on, for our past chairpersons and FLO past chairpersons.
Yeah. Mr. V. Madhusudan,
Followed by the
CEO
committees.
TSIIC, and Mr. Arun Chawla, Deputy Secretary General FICCI. May I request you to come on the dais, please? She called you. May I request the past chairs to join on the dais, please?
Come here, come here.
May I request the committee to join on the dais, please?
All the best for good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Please join